Let's watch some credits. Thank you, Masaru Yamamura. Thank you, Game Programs. He just wants me to be free. Yeah, it was sort of the same for me in the earlier games that I played. Like, yeah, you're welcome to give an interpretation. Sure. Yeah, it was the same for me in the earlier games I played, where I'd get a vague sense of the story, but I wouldn't really understand it in the same way. It's like I'm reading a book or something. It would sort of be understanding the story in the same way you might remember something that happened 5 years ago, if that makes sense. It's like, I'd get the general gist of it and remember some names, but not really understand the specifics of what was going on. This was a lot clearer, obviously, than the previous games I'd played, because it had actual cutscenes. Damn, that was a good game. I know, I screamed at it and complained a lot and swore my head off and seemed to look like I was having a bad time, but it was a good game. I enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to playing through again. Walter, I think, promised to undo the surgeries. I think that's your character's motivation. Ah. Well, thank you very much, guys, for being here for the finish, and thank you, Zeno. Zeno's been here for he helped me finish Armored Core 1. And a few others after that, so he's been here for the full journey. Okay, so then Walter had a coral person in his head, who probably was the scientist that wanted to burn the coral long ago, as they are both Rubiconians. Oh, I see. Right, they were both Rubiconians, so they can both be voices in their heads, but that doesn't necessarily mean they've got the same goal. I see. It has been a long, strange trip. And yeah, it's been I don't want to make too big a deal out of it, but it's been it's actually been a thing for me. It's been like natural experience to go through all these games and I can turn that down, can't I? Yeah. Go through all these games and also be streaming them. It's been fun to actually have people come back and like learn things from them and chat with them about the games. Yeah, it's been really, really good. And I mean, I'm not stopping anytime soon. I'm gonna keep going. But this is what it was all for. This is what these credits that we're looking at now. This is what I started it for. This is what I wanted. Actually finishing a modern FromSoft game, even if it was what Donkey calls an easier one. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the Donkey take on it. I can never tell sometimes how much he's joking and how much he's being serious, but I guess that's part of the fun. Okay, but also the so the Overseer wants to burn the coral, but it's like burning the souls of dead people who became coral away. But burning the coral means burning the souls of these people, essentially, but also the companies using the coral and making more fuel could make the coral go out of control, right? You just got hit by the superficial. I used you and I feel bad about it, and with my dying breath, I'm telling you, I'm happy you found your own future. Oh, I get that. Yeah. I got that in like the last sentence when he was like still firing up his gun, like he was gonna shoot at me. I was like, oh, but then yeah, just in the last bit. And I like that the voice in our head sort of still wanted to save him. I think that was a cool thing. I don't know, it sort of allowed you to, it sort of saved the feeling of Walter, like he wasn't. Yeah. So Walter died in an early age. Ah, okay. And became coral. Ah. So Walter was the Raven that whose identity we took? Is that what we're getting at? Oh, right, it's not because, yeah, coral is like all of them. I'm trying to think. Like, I haven't finished any of the Dark Souls games, but I've watched a lot of the lore stuff. And oh no, Raven is a different person. Okay. And I'm just curious what comparisons can be drawn between, like, obviously fire, cinders. Those are all very, like, consistent themes. But there's something like it's the fires of Rubicon remind me of the concept of the eternal flame, if that makes sense. Walter was probably a coral ghost possessing a robot you just fought. Right, I gotcha. This game's new game plus is batshit insane. Oh god. As in, like, difficulty, or as in just story-wise? So there are 2 other endings, only one of which you can get after multiple playthroughs. Yeah, okay, so I did kind of cheat. Well, not cheat, but I looked at the Steam achievements. When you look at global achievements, you can click to see the ones that are hidden. And so I saw there was, I think there was 4 endings. There was like, maybe it was only 3. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be playing the game again, for sure. It's not done. It's not done by a long shot. I know I can probably skip these, but I feel it's good to decompress. I mean, these people made something that gave us hours of stream content, so may as well let their names be on the screen. There's going to be new missions and new parts to find. Yeah, there is so much in this game. I think I'll probably do like another playthrough without looking too much up. But at some point I'm going to have to look up combat logs and parts. I'll never find them all on my own. But I'll get as many as I can as I just do a playthrough, or if I'm replaying missions to grind out cash, or to try and S-rank them or something. Superficially bite-sized, be so robust. You make a robot, go blow stuff up, now do it 10 billion different ways. Yeah, that's a... I get what you... Sorry, I don't need to say I get what you mean. You explained it. Obviously, I get what you mean because you explained it well to me. Yes, I totally get that feeling as well. There's so much...
Raven.
There's a lot of depth. Oh, I'm gonna listen.
You took on my hopes. My selfish dream.
Do anything for you.
Now, I want to see the future that you choose. Whatever waits ahead, I'll support you.
Is this meant to be paying vague homage to Hal from Space Odyssey? I've never seen it, but it reminds me of that for some reason. Hey, we're the liberator of Rubicon. That's great. Cool.